everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're having all a good day. Before we get started with the Canadian Grand Prix, I do have an announcement for all of you. And I know normally when you see me before a start of an F1 video, it's normally bad news like other races glitched or we didn't get all footage. But it's none of that today. It's actually a good announcement for once. And that announcement is we now have a Discord server with me and all the drivers in there. And we'll be, of course, adding anyone who joins us in the future, hopefully if anyone does, with the future seasons, of course, because there will be future seasons. So if you want to talk to us on a Discord server just any time, then make sure to join up, and just talk to drivers. And you might get some little hints, some sneak previews into some of the future races that you guys haven't seen. Maybe I'll give you some sneak previews if I'm nice enough. But who knows? But yeah, if you do want to just talk to us, engage with us, and engage with anybody else who wants to join up the server, make sure to join the server today, guys. The link will be down in the description down below, and I hope to see you over on the Discord, guys. But yeah, thank you very much for the support on the series so far. It's been really good, and we are all so grateful. Me and drivers are all so grateful. But yeah, guys, that's enough from me. Enjoy the video, guys. Hello everybody and welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix qualifying session here today. We are back once again in Canada for the second time ever, and you all know what last season's race was like. It was awful, it was terrible, it was painful to say the least, but no matter, we are here, we're back again, and that is Jamie coming out, I do believe. Yes it is, Jamie is now coming out, so that's very nice. But yes, we are back. And I kid you not, it is not looking good when you have a lobby just not letting you in at all. For any of you who saw my Instagram, of course it would be a while ago now, but you might know what I was when we recorded this, because I posted about it on my Insta. But yeah, it was a very painful job to get in, but we managed to all get in, and here we are now. So it should be very interesting to see what our drivers can do here today. But no one else is out as of yet. Only Jamie, I believe. Oh no, wait, Preston's just come out. Anybody else? No one else has come out. No, Ritvik's just come out as well. Harry and Carl still, and Callum still yet to come out, but I'm sure they'll be out very soon. But yes, it is Jamie who will be watching first to see what he can truly get here in Canada, and it will be very interesting to see, to say the least, of course. But yeah. Now, some of the guys going on to a time lapse and everything, and Jamie is now about to go on his time lap, and here we go, people, on his time lap now, trying to keep that speed going, round the bend very nicely, not too wide round there, nice taken there, and through that bend nicely, now onto the straight, keeping that speed throughout now, not using any DRS as of yet, round the double bend nicely, cuts that corner a bit, I must say, but I'm sure it doesn't matter too much for now, as long as he doesn't do it too much. Again, nicely round those corners, no corner cuts there at all. Nicely through here onto the straight, using that DRS to his full advantage now. And round these bends, cuts that corner a bit again, causing a, I think, no, it wouldn't be a yellow flag there. I actually need to get that stuff up, don't I? What we're looking at, telemetry, lap data, and track map. There we go. Now Jamie coming down the last straight here, full pace, full power, took the main bend quite nicely, but now onto the straight very nicely, using that DRS and coming into the bend nicely here. Ramos take it very nicely, goes a bit wide, almost hits the wall, but it's through, and he's going to take home a 1:11.056. Wow, what a lap by Jamie there in the McLaren, I must say. I am very impressed. But now, who is going to be the next one to set the time? Callum is on his out lap now, so he's out there. Ritvik now coming straight through, pummeling down the straight here. And here we go, who's going to be the next one to set a time? and it's going to be Preston with a 111.392, but Ritvic takes it with a 110.731. Jeez, nice one there by Ritvic. We'll watch him in a second, of course. But now Preston pummeling down the straight. Of course, this is his favourite track, and he got robbed last season, so he'll be looking for a redemption, of course, this season. Now going nicely through those gaps, of course. It was a while ago. Now round this bend nicely. So it cuts it a bit, but that doesn't matter. Now onto the straight. Now gets the DRS. Taking full advantage of that. Getting the most speed out of it he can. Of course, he can't control his DRS. They're using it to full capability. Now nicely around those bend. We get quite a POV going around there with Preston there. A yellow flag in sector 2 caused by a red ball, I do believe, I'm not sure. We are going to complete this lap with Preston nicely around that bend there. Onto the straight now, about to get his DRS here, and now got it, using my full pace once again, the full throttle out of that Ferrari. Now coming down the straight, about to come onto bend here. Let's see how he takes it. Very nicely taken there. Now onto the last straight. Yellow flag in sector 3 here, and he takes home a 109.988. That is what he does here in Canada. He sets those times. Absolutely brilliant lap there by Preston, I must say. Now Ritvic, a little bit of wing damage there, causes an absolute collision with Mercedes. He should have waited for Mercedes to go past, really. 5-place chrono penalty for collision with Bottas. That is very fair, to be fair. From the way I saw it, he didn't allow Mercedes to go through, and that's what caused it. It was very unlucky, to be fair. But now Callum, nicely round those bends there, going onto the straight here now, going round the double bend here, nicely taking, not corner cut, and Harry takes a 110.450 into P2, nicely done there by Harry in the Red Bull, I must say. Carl has DNF, I'm guessing the guy, he's the one who had the unlucky start earlier, but yes, he has DNF'd here, probably a while ago, I didn't notice, unfortunately, but yes, here we go now with Callum using the DRS to his full effect, hunting down his old team, the Williams there. Now using it to full effect, coming round the bend nicely here, nicely taken. Now onto the main bend. Going round it nicely on the inside of it, of course, not going too wide, not going round it too fast to causing guidance into wall. Now about to get the DRS. Now got the DRS. Will we get past the Williams? Potentially. I don't think he needs to, though. I think he might just set a good time here. Who knows? Going round the double bend. No, going into the pit. Sorry. But yes, I mean, he does own P5 with a 111.134, so he doesn't need to set a time right now, really. We are going to move on to Harry, who's also going on to the pit, shall we say. I wonder if we can get some information on Carl here. Should we have a look? But now Harry has come back out here. Here we go. Let's see what time he can set. Of course, he is on his outlap currently. Ritvic just finished his outlap here. And now back out, of course. Still no wing. What's going on here? Is that lag, or did he just not get it repaired? Or he should have got it repaired. I don't know what's gone on here. That is very confusing. I must say, but I'm sure we'll find out what's happened in a minute. Harry now about to finish his outlap here and see if he can make up that 1 second to beat good old Preston. I mean, it's more about 0.5 tenths of a second, but here we go with Harry now going nicely around those bends there, onto the straight now, trying to get the most out of that Red Bull engine on the short straight. Now going through the double bend, taking very nicely around there. Now through on the straight again, round this bend here, nicely taken, and onto the straight again. Now getting the DRS, and here he goes, pummeling it down the straight here, and onto the double bend again. Very nicely taken, a bit of a corner cut, but it's not as big as previous corner cuts by other drivers, so it's not to matter. Now round the giant bend here, nicely taken, and spins it. Very unlucky there by Preston, by Harry, I must say. Very unlucky indeed, but we shall see what if he can come back or not. Who knows? Let's hope so, shall we? But now you have Jamie taking it very nicely around those corners, I'd potentially let the Mercedes go. I think he is going to. I'm not sure. Yes, I think he's let the Mercedes go. I'm not sure if Jamie's gone into pits or not. I'm sure we'll be about to find out, of course. Now Jamie's soaring it up the straight. And into it. See, he's pulled it way too quick. He's pulled it way too quick into her. Here we are with Callum now, taking it nicely round the bend there. Now onto the main straight here, trying to get the most out of Ferrari engine. Once again, using the DRS to his full advantage here. Taking it, potentially, I think he may be going around. No, he looks to be actually going into pits. And he does go into pits. Harry sets a 109.638. That is 0.3 tenths of a second quicker than Preston there. Wow, this is a competition we have on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, Preston will not be happy about that, I tell you. Now taking it nicely through that double bend. Very nicely done there by Harry, I must say. Now taking it down the straight. What's going to happen here? Through into sector 2 now. No, sector 3, sorry, I got muddled up. Yeah, sector 3 now, here we go. Gonna see if he can get that purple sector or not. Trying to get the most speed he can, but he does look to be on low fuel mode, and he is. He will definitely not be getting the most speed out of that. He can't even get any speed out of that. And here comes an Atari just behind him, of course. I'm sure Harry will do the nice thing in letting him past. And he does, but AIs are stupid, don't know what they're doing, and Atari's going into pits as it is. And yeah, I can't blame Harry for that one. He thought the Atari was going, so I think he wasn't. It wasn't his fault. Here we go with Jamie now, trying to potentially get a better time here, see if he can beat his teammate Ritvic, maybe in Ferraris here. Nicely taken down round there. Nearly beats his sector 1 there, but very unlucky not to. Well, now on sector 2, down the straight here, trying to get the most out of that Mercedes engine. I still believe it's a Mercedes engine, and whoa, that was a corner cut once again, I must say. He is corner cutting quite a lot. I mean, he is getting a speed advantage as well there. So unfortunately, well, the rules do state that you know, too much corner cutting is not good at all. I don't know. Give me a minute. Sorry, guys. Must look over rules, shall we say? Here we are back with Harry on his outlap, so he's just come back out, seeing if he can protect his time potentially or not. I'm sure it'll be very interesting to see, to say the least. We'll find out what he can do. But here comes Preston looking to reclaim his position on pole position there. Now trying to get the most speed, but he does have a lot of AIs around him, so he's going to have to be very careful here. Now nicely round that bend there. Into sector 3 here. He was already in sector 3, of course. But now using a full DRS to his advantage here. And here we go. Let's see what he can get. Potentially. Round the bend here, nicely taken the double bend there, and here we go. What is he going to get? And that is, ladies and gentlemen, will he beat his time? And he is very unlucky not to. He got 116.798. Of course, that'll be affected by the AIs around him, so he did get very unlucky there. Now onto his current pole position competitor, Harry. He's just started his time lap here. Now nicely taken round that corner. Goes not at all wide, to be fair. Nicely taken round the straight. Now, oh, corner cuts that a bit, I must say. But we're being lenient a bit to other drivers, so we're going to be lenient to Harry, as he doesn't do it often. Now round, here we go, with the DRS, of course, using it down the straight, completely pummeling it down, I must say. Now round the double bend, nicely taken there. Now onto the straight again. Now onto sector 3 as well. That is the 0.069 additional seconds between his normal sector 2 and his current sector 2. And that is the end of qualifying, people. I didn't notice. That means it's the finish for Jamie, Ritvic, Callum. Preston is about to finish it. And then the last person to finish it will be Harry. Let's see whether Preston can beat his time. No, Harry goes into pits. And Preston finishes with a P2 here. That means Harry will be on the pole position for the Grand Prix. What a great race we're hopefully in store for, and we'll be right with you in a minute for the leaderboard, people. And here we are with the leaderboard. You have on pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix, Harry, with his partner, of course, starting back either P19 or P20. That's Carl. You have P2 Preston, P3 Callum, P4 Ritvic, and P5 Jamie. So hopefully we're in for a great race. Who knows? See you guys in a minute. Hello everybody and welcome to another race day. Here we are in Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix, and what a great race we are hopefully in for today. Now of course this track is a fast-paced track, but do not be mistaken, you can spin out very easily, especially on the chicanes and on just the normal bends really, and of course, it's just a very tricky track to drive, but if you master it, then you're good as gold, and you can take advantage of that against the other drivers. But who knows what's going to happen today? Who knows who's going to spin out today? But we definitely do know there are 2 DRS zones. There is 1 speed trap, so we're expecting a lot of speed today. And I know I always say that, but it is a lot of straights on this track as well. So it will hopefully be expecting lots of speed, lots of pace, and lots of fun and creative overtakes, or maybe just some basic ones if the drivers want to make it look easy. But who knows? I guess why wait around any longer? Let's get straight into the Canadian Grand Prix. And here we are, people, with the formation lap, and hopefully what a great race we are in for today. Of course, Harry and Preston topping the charts in qualifying with amazing times, getting into the 109s. I must say, what an impressive qualifying. Due to a 5-place grid penalty, Ritvic does start down in P9, and due to, I think, Mick Schumacher not setting a time or something, Carl starts down in P19 and not P20, so that's one position he doesn't have to make up today. But yes, hopefully what a good race we're in for. Hopefully a competitive race. Of course, we all know the history of this track in our league. We played it, we did it in our first season, and well, you all know it was a lag fest. You probably can't hear me. Yeah, it was a total mayhem. Let's just say that. It was utter, like, I don't know how to word it as such. It was just a lag fest. It was awful. And somehow, Callum snuck the win out of, I don't know how. Of course, the man there. And the other man to survive that track was Jamie. The rest of them DNF'd. Harry's internet was utterly poor that race. It was my internet, I think, including his internet, affecting him, so he had the worst bits, but everyone was getting affected. Even the AIs were glitching, so hopefully we're not in for that type of race today. Again, hopefully we're in for a clean, good race, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? But now everyone lining back up now, rebuilding the grid here, so we should be underway any minute now. But yeah, hopefully we're in for a good race. This track is a lot of straights. It has, of course, the double bends. That makes a lot of the corners up, but who knows? I mean, of course, you have the circular bend as well at the end, so lots of overtaking opportunities, lots of racing, lots of pace, and of course the DRS to assist them all, so it should be very interesting indeed. But that is the grid reformed, people, and the lights are just turning on right now, and here we go. We are about to go underway. Oh, what's happened here then? Oh, here we go. Right, that's 2, 3, 4, and it's lights out. And away we go here in the Canadian Grand Prix. Harry Preston tries to sneak that place first, but Harry kind of squeezes him off track, very unfortunately, and due to that, Callum takes that P2 spot back. I'm sure Preston will be fighting for it back. Jamie up to P4. Ritvic has managed to gain a position in P8. Now Carl straight up into P15 here. Almost got that P14 and has got the P14. Overtaken George Russell here. Very nicely done by Carl, I must say. Now up to the top, of course, Harry being chased down by the 2 Ferraris here. And of course Jamie in the background as well. Ritvic will be looking to get that overtake on Kimi Raikkonen, but can he in time? Who knows? I'm sure we'll be finding out. But now down below we have Carl in P14. He is I say P14, he's now up to P13. He is gaining time and traction on PA Gasly here. I said track, that was the wrong words to use, but that potentially is a double overtake, and it is one overtake not only on PA Gasly but now on Lewis Hamilton. Carl is now up to P11 and has another Mercedes in front of him. Got an overtake on one AlphaTauri and one Mercedes. Now hunting down the other one in Valtteri Bottas. Can he get that overtake? I'm sure we'll be finding out very soon. Harry sets the fast lap 1:17.952 here. Rivik now up to a P7 here. So brilliant work for him to get past Kimi Raikkonen there. He has massively improved since last time we were here. So we'll see what he can do. See what positions he can gain. Hopefully he can gain quite a few here. Now, however, Carl up to P10, got the overtake on Valtteri Bottas, and what a good overtake it was. I didn't really see it, but he managed to get it anyway. Now on the hunt for Sebastian Vettel here. Can he potentially get the overtake? I'm sure we'll be watching it now. Potentially going on the outside of Vettel here. Vettel tries to squeeze him, but no. Vettel loses that place and Carl gains it in P9. Now he is back in the points range, hunting Kimi Raikkonen, of course the Alfa Romeo, potentially get it on this circular bend. No, he can't, unfortunately. Trying again, but he can't get close enough. Vettel predicted pit stop strategy. Now going on the outside of the Alfa Romeo of Kimi Raikkonen and gets past him. Now owns that P8 position. Now hunting Fernando Alonso in P7. He gets past Callum sets a time of 1:12.819. Brilliant work by Callum, I must say, to set that. DRS is now enabled. Here we go. Potentially this is going to be massive for all the drivers, in fact. Callum now hunting down Harry. That time is going down. I believe he doesn't have a DRS, but he is hunting down Harry anyway. Could he potentially get this overtake here? No, he can't get close enough, unfortunately. Now trying to hunt down the Red Bull once again. He is getting ever so closer and closer by a minute. Now Ritvick has got past Yuki Tsunoda and now has that P5 position. I apologise, I can't, sometimes I muck up my speech and you get it. But now Cole up to that P7 position. Ritvick, I'm not sure, did he slip out or something? I don't know. No, wait, Ritvick, sorry, was looking at Jamie. Ritvick slipped out, lost the position to Yuki Tsunoda, and guess who he has behind him? None other than the Red Bull of Cole. Now Cole hunting down Ritvick here. Can he catch up in time? Who knows? I'm sure that DRS will come into effect back. Also, Ritvick has the DRS on Tsunoda, so potentially, who knows? I'm sure we're about to see what happens here. He is gaining on him massively. I just forgot we don't have the stuff up we need. Here we go. You have everything up now. He's using his DRS, depleting it to its max, but sometimes you have to get past your rival. Now, Ritvick going for the overtake of Tsunoda. Little bit of wheel contact there, but gets past him no matter. Now, Cole. Can Cole get past Yuki Tsunoda here? He is gaining on him. Potentially goes on the outside, but no, Tsunoda closes him off on that. Tries again but can't get past him. Now going after Tsunoda, not giving up for anything here. Wants that position, goes on the inside of Yuki Tsunoda and gets it. I think that's actually the outside, sorry. My correction there. Yes, goes on the outside of Yuki Tsunoda and gets the position. Now hunting Ritvick. Will he get past the two McLarens? Or just one? Or none? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, Harry now managing to get away from Callum here. Callum is losing massive amounts of time now on Harry, I must say. Preston trying his best to catch up to his teammate Callum. Will Callum allow Preston to overtake him to get the faster car ahead? I mean, who knows? It depends who is faster car here. But nicely done there by pressing around that corner. Now Cole catching up to Ritvick. Ritvick didn't have that DRS, but Cole did. Now Ritvick against the wall, very unluckily, but that leaves a gap open for Cole on the inside and takes that position. Nicely done there by Cole. Ritvick tries it again, but can't get past him. Now goes round him, still can't get close enough, and Cole owns that P5 position from Ritvick. Now potentially hunting Jamie here. Can he catch up to Jamie in time? Potentially, he does have a 5-second gap to close, so it's going to be very interesting to see, to say the least. Now Preston with a 0.7 second gap on Callum, but Callum with a 0.4 second gap on Harry. The Ferraris are not giving up for nothing. They want that P1 position, but will Harry allow them to overtake? Of course he won't allow them, but you get what I mean. Will Harry make it easy for him, or will he put up a big fight? I'm sure we'll be finding out in a minute, that's for sure. Now Jamie down in P4, got quite a big gap between him and Preston. That is a 3.4 second gap now, and it's still climbing, so he is losing time, but he's happy in that P4 position as long as Carl does not gain on him, but I'm sure Carl will. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Now Preston actually gaining on Callum here. I'm sure he wants that overtake on Callum, but will again Callum allow him past? Who knows? It's just that teammate rivalry that came into session last year for the Drivers' Championship. It will be very interesting to say the least what happens here. Now Callum hunting down Harry once again. He always gets close, and then Harry manages to break away on the straight, so he has to be very tactical here on how he catches him. So but it'll be very interesting to say the least. He is now massively gaining on him, but with Preston also behind him, Preston is gaining on him. Lap 6 here of 35. We are zooming past the laps. Now potentially Callum going on the outside. There's a wheel contact. Pushes Harry to the side there, but Harry gains it back. I guess the wheel contact saves him. And Harry zooms straight past him. I'm guessing Callum allowed it back due to, you know, going into him, wheel contact. But now Callum once again gaining on Harry. But no, Preston zooms straight past Callum. Preston is not allowing Callum to take this, but of course Callum went into pits, so that's probably why, due to wing damage or something, I'm not sure. But to be fair, now Preston zooms past Harry, takes up P1 position on the outside of Harry. Well done to Preston. I must say, now Preston will be trying to get away, but can he get away in time? Who knows? Now Carl trying to catch up to Jamie here. He is going in real close here. Callum now down to a P12 position, P13, P14. He has got massive amounts of time to catch up left. To be fair, it was a very risky move done by Callum. And if we look in the rules, then I'm pretty sure Harry would get away with that one. But now Carl zooms straight past the other McLaren of Jamie there. Nicely done, I must say, by the Red Bull of Carl. It's now a Red Bull 2 and 3 with Preston up top in the P1 position. Harry is hunting down Preston here. Can he gain on him in time? He's about to get that DRS. That will come in for a massive amount, especially with a 0.1 second gap now. He's going on the inside of Preston, zooms straight past him. Nicely done there by Harry to gain back that P1 position, but he is going into the pit. I guess it is lap 7, so that is understandable. That will give Callum a major advantage down in P13 to gain some time back on a lot of them. Now you have, of course, Carl in P1, you have Harry in P5, you have, due to pitch, you have Jamie in pitch, you have Preston in pitch, you have Ritvik up in P2 now, and a lot of other AIs going into pits also. Of course, Callum's just been in the pit, so he doesn't need to go in. And due to that, he is up to a P7 now. Just goes on the outside of George Russell. There's Jamie coming out for pits now. Will Callum potentially go for the overtake on Jamie, or will Jamie overtake Pierre Gasly first? I'm sure it'll probably be Jamie overtaking Pierre first, but we will have to wait and see, of course. Now going straight back up to a pack, you have Preston in P3, Ritvik in P2, and Carl in P1. So this podium right now is split between the 3 teams, but of course it's only lap 8, so a lot can change between men. Who knows? Now Carl trying his best to get away here. Potentially, can he get away? I'm sure we'll be finding out very soon. Now Ritvik with a 7-second gap between him and Carl. Well, it's going to be very tricky no matter what happens. Now, Jamie up to P5 has got the overtake on not only Pierre Gasly, but now Valtteri Bottas. Because Jamie overtook Pierre, Callum was also able to overtake Pierre, and it might be the same to Bottas here. Potentially goes on the inside of Bottas. Can he sneak it from him? Looking for it now, and Bottas has to drop back, going to the pit, sorry. And Callum now owns that P5 position due to Ritvik going into the pit. The other McLaren going into pit, so of course. Now, Jamie up to P3, gets the overtake on Sebastian Vettel. Nicely done there. Maybe that opens a gap for Callum, and Callum unfortunately cannot take that gap, but I'm sure he'll find another in a minute. Potentially going on the outside of Vettel. No, can't get close enough, unfortunately. Now gaining on him once again here. and gets past him, shoots straight past him, but that also opens up a gap for Harry, which I only just noticed is now up to P5. What a brilliant comeback here by Harry, I must say. Now up to P5, will be hunting the Ferrari of Callum. Can he get past Callum, or will Callum get past Jamie first? I mean, it's all to play for here, really, isn't it? We'll see what happens here, but of course, right now, it is really Ferrari versus Red Bull within the championship. Hopefully, McLaren comes into it as well. Picks up a few wins and Rick comes into it, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, Rick up to P11. I was about to say, talking to McLaren's great feat now to be 10, but unfortunately I missed that opportunity of great commentary. Now Preston's in the fast lap of the race with a 1:12.785. Brilliant lap, I must say, by Preston, who has a 12-second gap between him and Carl, who is on fresh mediums. I'm not sure when the overtake happens, but I'm sure Preston will be hunting Carl forever. And now Ritvic is up to P8 due to some pitting, so he'll be hunting the AlphaTauri of Pierre Gasly with a 4-second gap. Now, can he close that gap fast enough? I'm sure it'd be very interesting to see, and hopefully so, but who knows. Now Harry gaining on Jamie, managed to get past Callum, which I again didn't notice. Very stupid of me not know. And Jamie slipped out. Very unfortunately, that loses. That means Harry gets up P3 position. Callum goes up to P4. Now Jamie down to P7. Let's Ritvic pass, and he unfortunately can't go anywhere. Now reset to Drake, now up to P9. He'll be definitely looking to catch up to the Williams of Nicholas Latifi. Of course, you know, the team he unfortunately couldn't overtake last season. Now he may be overtake this season, potentially. We'll see what happens, but first he won't be able to do that until the safety car has gone in, due to there being a safety car due to Jamie slipping out. So that's very unfortunate. Now Jamie up to P9, Ritvic up to P7. You have Callum gone into the pits again. P5 now going down, unfortunately. P6, potentially P7 here. Yes, that's a P7 now for Callum. Let's see if that's going to change any more, and it does look like it. Now down to a P8, P9, P10, now down to a P11 as well, getting out of the pits. So he'll be looking to potentially get some places when the safety car goes in, but can he in time? Who knows? I'm sure we'll be finding out. Had to give that position back to Valtteri Bottas there, unfortunately. It'll be very interesting to see whether he can climb back up or not. Now the two McLarens in P5 and in P4 due to Jamie unfortunately slipping out, but because of the slip out, Harry is now in P3. You also have Carl in P1, you have Preston in P2, so you have Ferrari being sandwiched by the two Red Bulls there. So it'll be very interesting. I mean, Carl, sorry, gone into the pits here. I'm not sure. A lot of pitting going on, I must say. Can he? I don't think he's going to be softs. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, I will be honest. I was I'm not sure whether he pitted for sauce. I mean, was that... I'm not sure what's going on here. That is a bit weird. I mean, it's only lap 12 out of 35, so he still has a long way to go this race. But we'll see what happens, whether that affects him a lot or not. Who knows? But now Preston up to that P1 position, but due to the safety car, he will not be creating that gap, unfortunately. He is now about to meet up with the safety car, and does. Here we go now, driving under the safety car here. So everyone's going to form up now, form a pack essentially, and we'll see what goes on now. But of course the Red Bull's right behind the Ferrari of Preston, so it's going to be very interesting to see whether Red Bulls can get ahead of Preston or not. But hopefully so, who knows, because we like competition, and we want to see Red Bulls get past, so Preston can come back and get past, so Red Bulls can come back. You get what I mean? Competition over competition, overtake over overtake. But, of course, this is racing. It doesn't happen like that. People have to work for their positions. Can the Red Bulls essentially work for their positions or not? We'll have to wait and see, of course. But now the two McLarens behind Harry here. Of course, Ritvic in P4, Jamie in P5 here. And, of course, Callum all the way down in P11, unfortunately. I bet he'll can't wait until the safety car goes in to claim back those positions he's unfortunately lost. But, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Now, of course, well, I was about to say now, you know, someone's getting close, but unfortunately, again, safety car, you can't overtake, and yes, I know another mishap of knowing there's a safety car and going for an overtake, but it's just more of a thing I'd just say, because, you know, commentary reasons, you got to fill out for commentary, haven't you? We shall see what happens here. I'm getting messages, actually. Yes, right. I'm just getting a message from Preston about the incident earlier at the start of a race here, potentially owning a pen here, but who knows? I'm not sure whether. Yes, Preston does want it investigated, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. We'll have a look at that at the end of the race, of course, and see what happens, of course. But who knows? I mean, the thing is, though, you've got to think. I think due to pitch, Preston, of course, in P1. That's obvious. Even if Preston goes after Harry, I reckon that'll create a ripple effect. Safety car is in this lap. Finally, we're about to get back on the racing, but as I was saying, like, I believe it will start a ripple effect. Ferrari going after Red Bull, and then a Red Bull potentially going after the other Ferrari for going into him, because, I mean, we just let you guys know, we go by the F1 esports rules now. So if you ever want to have an opinion and say whether you think a penalty should have been given or not, you can. I mean, you can check those rules, check footage, and see what you think for yourself. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. We'll have to see what happens. Whether Harry will go after Callum for Preston going after Harry or not, who knows. But now Callum chasing Valtteri Bottas now, potentially going for the overtake here. Can he get it? DRS is not enabled as of yet, but we know what Callum can do, and he's just shown it. That is 2 overtakes in one. Goes on the outside, of course the inside of that corner, but on the outside of Valtteri Bottas and Pierre Gasly, and gets them both now up to P9. What a brilliant overtake, I must say, by Callum, showing what he can do, what his driver skill is. And another man who's essentially going for an overtake is Cole, who's unfortunately running Preston off track there. But Preston survived. Okay, I mean, I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure whether Preston got in front of him, or whether, I don't know. Well, I guess I have no idea. But now Cole hunting down Preston here. Of course, his ERS is completely used here, so he is going fully off driver skill. But now his ERS is back in full effect, going nicely, taking that corner. Has Preston in the sights? Can he get the overtake? Harry is dropping back, unfortunately, but I'm sure he'll get back. Cole cutting the corners quite a bit. I think I will bring that up, to be fair. I don't know what is going on with Carl today, but I might have to bring that up. I'm not sure. It depends how many more times he does it, really. But now, Carl gaining on Preston here, tries to get it on miss, but no, he can't, unfortunately. But now absolutely gaining on him, potentially goes on the outside of Preston, tries on the overtake, but he's just not close enough, and Preston gets in front of him, tries on the outside now, and potentially gets ahead of him. What a brilliant overtake there by Carl, I must say. Gets that P1 spot. Brilliant work by Carl, but another man who's just got an overtake, 2 overtakes in fact, is Callum here. Got the overtake on not just Kimi Raikkonen, but Fernando Alonso here. Brilliant work by Callum, I must say. Now up to lap 15, now up to lap 16. That's fast lap by Carl with a 112.167, of course, on the softs, so he will have to appear. But now DRS is enabled. That will be massive for all of our races here. All our drivers. What will happen? Will it change massively? Who knows? I do wonder. But now Callum gaining on good old Yuki Tsunoda here, trying his best anyway. Seriously gaining on him potentially. Actually, to be fair, I mean, thinking about it, Carl, he saw corner cut, but didn't really. If you get what I mean, it wasn't a massive corner cut. It was more. You get what I mean. So I don't think I'll go after him for that. But now, Callum gaining on Yuki Tsunoda here, potentially looking for the overtake. I can't get close enough, unfortunately. I'm sure he will be in a minute, though. Now, Preston outside of the DRS zone. So Carl is getting away, gaining that time, potentially. But now, I mean, being on softs, that will I mean, how is he going to come back out? I mean, he's already, his softs are 4 laps old, but you got to think that's under safety car as well, so his wear won't be as bad. Carl setting another fastest lap of the race of 1:11.962, whilst his partner potentially got the overtake on Preston, but Preston fought back and gained it back on Harry. But now Harry going again on the inside. No, can't get close enough, unfortunately. And Preston is now slightly getting away, but I'm sure he'll be gaining. But now Callum has overtaken the good old AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda here and owns that P6 position, potentially catching up to the McLarens now. Can he get past McLarens? I'm sure we'll be finding out very soon. It'll be very interesting to see at the least. But now, Carl absolutely getting away from Preston here, whilst Harry going after Preston. Wow, this is massive. Can Harry potentially get past the Ferrari of Preston, or will Preston keep him at arm's bay and keep him where he should be? Who knows? I mean, Harry with the DRS now, with the ERS going on the inside of Preston here, potentially gets it. No, Preston once again escapes the overtake. Nicely done by Preston, I must say. But now Harry going again with the ERS, with the DRS as well, trying to get past, couldn't. Preston just nicely defended him off there, and now Harry's still behind Preston, but there is not a massive time gap, I must say. He is gaining on him, potentially going on the inside. No, he still can't. He's still trying his best to gain on him, but Preston is keeping him at an arm's length away from himself, and keeping him from taking that position here. But now can't speak. Harry, sorry, catching up to Preston here, very slowly, but surely. But can he get the overtake eventually? We're on lap 18 now, so we have about 27 laps left to go. No, 27? What? That's no. I believe it's actually like 17 laps left to go. But anyway, that doesn't matter because Harry has just got past Preston using his DRS and ERS, stormed straight past Preston. Now this is once again, just like we've seen in 3 of the Grand Prix this season, a Red Bull P1 and P2. Preston's gone out. Preston's crashed and DNF'd. Safety car. Oh my. Preston has DNF'd it. I flicked away. I didn't see what happened. Oh my. He DNF'd here last season as well. And he's DNF'd in the second season once again. I must say, very unlucky here by Ferrari of Preston. Ritvic down in P11 now due to the pits. Callum, because of Ritvic going in the pits, up to P4. But what on earth has happened with Preston? Wow. I do not know what's happened here. He's typing, so I'm not sure whether he's going to say something caused him to crash, whether Harry potentially caused him or not. Callum, what is going on there, mate? You tried to put it. Potentially, it's due down to the Red Bulls. This is going to be very interesting. The aftermath. Apparently, his DNF was his fault to a degree, but I'm still getting some info on it. So Preston apparently got caught in the slipstream and got DNF'd. Well, he caught the slipstream of Harry and DNF'd, unfortunately. So very interesting. Now the 2 Red Bulls pitting here, which means Callum goes up to P2 here. Carl back on in P1. Harry having to give the position back to Callum there. I'll try earlier one was tracked again. But now lap 20 under lap 20 under safety car. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. We're having a bit of a issue here. A lot of stuff needing to be checked into, let's just say that. But safety car is in this lap. I did just see it, I didn't say it though. But now it's going to be very interesting. Will Harry try and get past Callum here, the last Ferrari on the track? It will be very interesting. Now lap 21, we have about, I believe, 14 laps left to go here. So we are getting closer and closer to the end here. But Jamie catching up to Harry here. I mean, Callum has 10 lap on mediums. He will have to pit, and unfortunately he will lose those positions, I'm sure of it. But I'm not sure. Harry gaining on Harry, however. Harry gaining on what? Harry gaining on Callum, going on the outside, but Callum kind of squeezes him here and but Harry, however, gets a position, and Harry hits Callum here, and Callum pushes Harry off track. Harry doesn't back out, and unfortunately he gets pushed off track there. Now potentially going after that position again. We're going to go down to P10 here because Ritvic has just got past Kimi Räikkönen and Mick Schumacher, and now Nicholas Latifi potentially, if he can keep this up. Can he? Gets a bit too close to Nicholas Latifi there, goes on the grass, now trying his best to catch up on the straight. Potentially he's got no DRS at all. Now gaining on Latifi, potentially goes on the inside. No, he can't get close enough, unfortunately. Now George Russell has pitted, which takes Ritvic up to a P8 spot there. Nicely done, I must say. Now potentially going on the inside, cuts the corner. Oh, Ritvic. That was a corner cut. I saw that. And he got the overtake. And that's a competitive advantage. Oh, no. I'm gonna have to. No, Ritvic manages to get past the Aston Martin of Sebastian Vettel here. Brilliant work, I must say. Much better than his last overtake. Now potentially catching up to Pierre Gasly here. Harry, however, gaining on Callum here. Can he get past? Goes potentially on the inside. Can't get close enough. No, actually getting very close to him. Wheel contact there. And almost got it. Potentially going on the inside. But Callum is defending him off well. Now has the position gained, just got past Callum, and I believe there was wheel contact there, cut Callum off a little bit, but has that position, now owns that P2 spot. This is looking once again like a P1, P2 Red Bull, but can Callum come back? I'm sure be interesting, very interesting to see. Now Ritvic up to that P5 spot. We have Jamie in P4 and has got past Callum here. Callum slowed down and allowed Jamie to get past. Jamie now owns that P3 position. Well done to Jamie, I must say. Brilliant work, in fact. Now going after Harry. Can he gain on Harry? Who knows? It'll be very interesting to see. 1.3 second gap, 1.4 second gap. What will happen here? Will Ritvic potentially look for an overtake on Callum here? It should be very interesting indeed. But now, Cole up at the top. Massive gap, I must say. But will potentially Harry catch up to him, or will they play this so Harry keeps the gap? So even if he does get overtaken by Jamie, let's say, well, you get what I mean. There's still a massive gap that Jamie needs to work up. I'm losing it now. But now Jamie catching up potentially to Harry here, and Carl in P1, you have Harry in P2, Jamie in P3, you have Callum in P4, Ritvic in P5, who's actually gaining on Callum here, and he's gaining quite fast here. Can he get the position? Can he get that P4 position and be crucial for the Constructors' Championship? Of course, that'll be massive for both of them in Constructors, but not only Constructors. If both Ritvic and Jamie can get that P3 and P4 spot, That'll be massive for him in the drivers. And Callum allows, I believe, Ritvic to get past him. Nicely done by Ritvic. Using the DRS, gets past him. Now owns that P4 spot. We have 11 laps left to go of this race. Now Carl, absolutely dominating this race, I must say, up at P1. He managed to get up there and has held it since. Brilliant work. Has that massive gap. Will Harry potentially catch up to him, or will they take this P1, P2? This, if Carl wins, this will be Carl's third win, whilst if Harry wins, it'll be his second win. The second person to get a double win, of course, the first one being Carl. So now, the two McLarens, I mean, Jamie catching up potentially to Harry here. Can he catch up in time? It'll be very interesting. Corner cuts again. Oh, this is painful to watch. I mean, the worst corner cut that has happened here today was Ritvic corner cutting to overtake Latifi, and unfortunately I saw it, and it's probably going to be a penalty. I'll update you guys possibly either next race, or it'll be a separate video explaining what's happened, because I'm pretty sure there'll be a few pens going out today. This race has been a bit well, shall we say, not great in terms of overtaking and stuff. Quite dangerous overtakes, I believe. So we'll have to see what happens. But I will, as said, inform you guys on what the update is. But now, Carl managing to get around that corner nicely, I must say, going down the straight and onto lap 26. We are on, and we are into our single digits now. We are on. Have 9 laps left to go. Carl taking that corner nicely. Callum now going into the pits, of course, at 14 lap old mediums. What are you going to do? You have to pit, unfortunately, but I'm sure Callum can make up those places once again. Now, I believe Sebastian Vettel goes straight past him. Yes, he does. So does Kimi, so does Fernando. So a lot of people, both Mercedes, now Esteban, now Antonio, now Lance, now Nikita, and he's down to P14. Potentially George Russell as well, and George gets past him. Now, Callum is down to P15. He has a lot of work to do. Can he do it in 9 laps? It'll be very exciting to see if he can. I will say that. Very exciting indeed. And I do hope so. I want to see Callum get these positions, but it will be very interesting, of course. Now, in P15 here, chasing down the Williams of George Russell. Corner cuts that a little bit, but I guess we'll leave it. DRS now charting down the Williams of George Russell here. Goes on the inside of George and takes that position. Nicely done there by Callum, I must say, to take that position. I'm not sure if that's a bit of a corner cut either. I don't think it was as bad as Ritvic, to be fair. But yes, Callum now owns that P14 position, potentially going after the pass of Nikita Mazepin. Unfortunately, the one that is no longer in F1, but it is what it is, unfortunately. But now Callum charting down after Nikita Mazepin here. Potentially get the overtake. Now up to P13 due to Sebastian Vettel pitting. So he's already gained 2 positions in 1 lap. But I mean, 2 positions in 1 lap isn't the greatest. He needs to gain a bit more than that. With with about, I'd say, 8 laps left to go. He has a lot of work to be done. Can he pull off that work? It'll be very interesting to see. Now, going on the outside, and Nikita Mazepin gets the overtake, goes a bit wide, but comes back and gets the overtake. What a brilliant work by Callum to own that P12 spot, I must say. Now charting after the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll here. Goes round that corner nicely. Well, not exactly nicely, but you get what I mean. Now going after him in that P12 spot, I must say, gaining on Lance at a ridiculous rate. Can he overtake on the Aston Martin? It'll be very interesting to see. Now has that is closing that gap. He's within DRS range. Could get DRS on the next straight, potentially, if the DRS is kind enough to him. But we'll have to wait and see. Nicely taken round that bend there. And now 0.7 second gap, using the last inch of his DRS he has left. potentially getting past the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll here. Can he do it? Goes on the inside of Lance Stroll. Can't get close enough, unfortunately. Goes on the inside again. And potentially, yes, goes straight past Lance Stroll. That was a corner cut to get past him as well. Unfortunately, why is everyone corner cutting it? I don't know. But I might bring that up just very quickly. This, I must say, is a mad race, to say the least. Sorry again about that silence. But now gaining on, and Giovinazzi goes on the inside and gets past Giovinazzi here. What a brilliant race by Callum from P15 now up to P10 with about 6 laps left to go. He is working his way up. He has a chance of points if he can keep this going into DRS range once again. He has 3-lap-old softs with about 6 laps left to go. His softs should hold up. I mean, 9-lap-old softs isn't too bad, to be fair. He's gaining on Esteban Ocon here. Goes on the outside of Ocon and takes a... What is going on today with these corner cuts? I don't know. With the way it's going, the only person not getting a penalty will be Preston. He has to be more careful. Now potentially he gets past Lewis Hamilton, going after the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas here, chasing him down, I must say, gaining on him at a ridiculous, alarming rate here. Goes on the inside of Valtteri Bottas and gets a position. Nicely done, wheel contact there, but gets past Valtteri Bottas anyway. Nicely done, I must say. Now chasing down the Alpine of Fernando Alonso. He has 2 positions left until he is with our other drivers once again. Can he gain that time back? I mean, Kimi Räikkönen does have that 20-second gap between him and Ritvik, so as long as he can get up to P5, I say he's good enough there, to be fair. Now going on the outside of Fernando Alonso. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know, I mean, Alonso didn't allow him a space, but I don't know. Goes on the inside of Kimi Räikkönen, gets the overtake there as well. He is now up to P5 with 4 laps left to go off the Canadian Grand Prix. 21-second gap between him and Ritvik. Can he close that gap in time? It'll be very interesting for sure. But up at the top we have Carl in P1, Harry in P2, Jamie in P3, Ritvik in P4 and Callum in P5. And unfortunately Preston has DNF'd here. It was very unfortunate, but I'm sure he will be remembered in this race. And I'm sure he'll come back strong in Britain, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, next weekend you'll have to just subscribe and tap that little bell so you never miss another video, so you don't miss it, of course. And once you're at it, if you could please like the video as well, I would be much appreciated of it. But now Callum absolutely gaining on Ritvik here. Ritvik hits the wall, very unfortunately. I just caught that. The only problem for Ritvik right now is his mediums are going to go up to 16 lap on mediums. They are going to die, to say the least. I mean, it's lap 32 currently with 3 laps left to go. We're about to no, actually I believe Carl, yeah, Carl's on is, so 3 laps left to go here. It'll be very interesting to see, to say the least, to see what happens. Who knows? I'm pretty sure Carl has lapped the AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda here, who has actually Harry behind him. Yes, he does. And who has Jamie behind him, actually. So I'm sure we'll see what happens here. It is an amazing race for Jamie's had today, I must say. To stay out for wins, he hasn't cornered. he hasn't corner cut too much. To be fair, he's been quite alright. To be fair, nicely taken round the bend there. And potentially, could he get past? Could he lap Yuki Tsunoda here? It'll be very interesting to say, to say the least. Now on to lap 33. Carl does hit a wall, unfortunately, being on 13 lap old medium, sorry, with 2 laps left to go. Those will go up to 15 lap old mediums, but that won't be as bad as Ritvik, who's not even on lap 33 yet. He's going to have 14 lap old mediums right now. Add on 2 other laps, 15 lap old mediums. Those are going to break, to say the least. It'd be very interesting to see what happens here. Now getting round that corner. Nice. Well, I mean, he did go over the bump, but that's a disadvantage to him. He did, you know. But no, nicely taken round the track there. Nicely done. Callum actually gaining on Ritvik here. He wants that P4 position. Can he get it in time? It'll be very interesting to see. I really don't know what's happened here with Callum. Like, he's corner cutting and stuff, and it is very, oh, Callum, what is going on? Like, come on. But now taken round via nice bend there. 5-second gap between him and Ritvik. Can he close it in time within two laps? It'll be very interesting to see. Now, actually, lap 34, we have 1 lap left to go here. Of course, this lap and then the next lap, but it should be very interesting. I'm now getting a message from Preston. But now, Preston invoking a rule here, bringing the rules out. If you guys want to check it yourself, just give a vote. Then check on rule 2C. Look at 2C, rule V, and you will apparently see what Carl did in a dive bomb. And I will review the footage, and we'll see what decision comes out of it. But now we're about to well, we're nearly on to the final lap here, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Callum gaining on Ritvik massively. What was that? Callum, you are corner cutting so much. He gets past Ritvik, but at what cost? I really don't know what's going on with Callum. I mean, he's got P4, but he's corner cutting so much. I don't know what to say. Preston has now sent me the footage to see what happens. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But now we're on the final lap of the race, people, and it does look to be a P1, P2 once again for the Red Bulls here. What a brilliant race, I must say, by the Red Bulls. And now Callum on the final lap of the race. I don't know what to say about Callum today. It's been a weird one. The way I see it right now, the most likely outcome of today is a penalty going to possibly Carl, possibly Harry, possibly Callum, and possibly Ritvik. Jamie has not been as bad. Jamie's been alright. However, and here is your winner of the Canadian Grand Prix, once again for a 3rd time in a row, for his 3rd win, sorry, Carl. And of course, maxing out for 1-2 is Harry for that P1, P2 there. Jamie completing the podium with the P3. Brilliant race from the Red Bulls today, I must say. 4th P1, P2 here. What a brilliant race by Red Bulls to come back from so far, especially from Carl, come back from P19 to win it. What a brilliant race. Well done to the guys today. Now Callum coming up to the last turn here, and he has just finished, which means it's just Ritvik left to finish here. And people, that is about to be the end of the race. And here we go. That is the end of the race here. Thank you all for joining us here at Canada. It'll be very interesting to see what happens here. But thank you very much. And driver day, of course, well deserved goes to Carl. And people, we'll be right back with you in a minute for the leaderboard. And here we are with the podium. Sorry about that. Moment of silence. Here we go now. Of course, you have Harry P1, Carl P1, Max and up for P1, P2 is Harry in P2, and Jamie in P3. Let's go, Jamie. Get in the podium. Come on. We're about to see you at the leaderboards. Here we are at the leaderboard. P1, P2, Red Bull once again. P1, Carl. P2, Harry. P3, Jamie. P4, Callum. P5, Ripfig. And unfortunately, a DNF for Preston. But what a great race. Thank you all for joining us. And we'll see you next weekend in Silverstone. See you then, guys. Goodbye.